Samarkand, the city which has 2,750 historical years. The Samarkand, the city which was the capital city of Amir Timur or Tamerlan Empire. The city Samarkand is 300 kilometers far from Tashkent. And if you have a chance visit the Samarkand, the sightseeing should start from the remains of observatory of Ulug'bek, which was built in the highest point of Samarkand in 15th century. Hi everyone, I am Alisher Turakulov. This is Central Asia trip with Alex, and today we are gonna talk the very famous place in Samarkand, which should be visited by foreigners or by the travelers.
Observatory was built by Timur's beloved grandson Ulug'bek on the highest point of the city of Samarkand, and observatory had the shape of cylinder. The observatory had a height of 30 meters and diameter of 46 meters. Today, only astronomical instrument has survived.
I highly suggest you to start the sightseeing in this place from the museum which is behind me, where there are very rare artifacts about this place. And inside of this museum, it's possible to see the model of observatory which was exist here in the 15th century. Unfortunately, observatory was destroyed after the death of Ulug'bek, and at the beginning of the 20th century, very famous Russian archaeologist Igor Vyatkin came to Samarkand. During his expedition, he could excavate only a few parts of the instrument which was used by Ulug'bek in order to learn the stars. The name of the instrument is sextant.
When we finished from Ulug'bek Observatory, we went towards ancient Samarkand, to the ruins of city of Afrasiyab, where there is a very interesting mausoleum that arose thanks to the Amir Timur or Tamerlan. These ruins are located very close to the river Siab. These ruins are more than 2,750 historical years. The distance between observatory and the ruins and the mausoleum is about 2 kilometers.
Now we are in the part of the Samarkand which was built here in the 8th century before Christ. And that hills which is behind me, that hills were the city walls of ancient Samarkand, which was destroyed in the 13th century by Mongolian warriors by Chinggis Khan. The mausoleum which we are going to visit with you right now is very holy for the Muslims, for Christians, and for the Jews also. The name of the mausoleum is the Mausoleum of Saint Daniel, or the Mausoleum of Hoja Danyar, which is in the local language. Mashhur, yesterday you didn't rise up on the top of the cave of David. That is why now you have to go to the upstairs. Okay, my friend?
The length of the tomb of Saint Daniel is 18 meters. Residents of Samarkand believe that the grave of Saint Daniel is located here, which Amir Timur brought with him from his military campaign in the Middle East. After we visited the mausoleum of Saint Daniel, we went to the Shahi Zindan necropolis. There is a museum on the territory of ancient Afrasiyab, but unfortunately it's closed for renovation.
Now I'm in a very interesting part of the Samarkand. This street is the border between the ancient town. The name of the town is Afrasiab, and my right side, my right hand side, is the old town which was built in 15th century by Amir Timur or Tamerlan. That because in 15th century Samarkand was the capital city of Timur's empire. The city Afrasiab, the ruins of Afrasiab, appeared thanks to the Genghis Khan invasion in the 13th century. In 1220, on the March of 1220, Genghis Khan approached with his big army and destroyed the city. The city was appeared in the 6th century before Christ. The city was built in the 8th century before Christ, and at 6th century before Christ, city was occupied by Persian warriors. In the 1st century before Christ, the territory of Central Asia and the territory of Samarkand was occupied by Alexander the Great. In the territory of ancient town, there is a museum, Afrasiab Museum, but unfortunately nowadays the Afrasiab Museum is closed for the reconstruction. This is the gate for the Jewish cemetery, which is located in the territory of ancient Afrasiab. Jews were one of the nations which lived in the territory of Central Asia also. In Samarkand and Bukhara, there is Jewish quarters and Jewish cemeteries like this. That beautiful construction which is behind me, let's say constructions which is decorated with beautiful domes and with beautiful tiles, is the first Muslim cemetery in the territory of Samarkand. The name of this place is Shahizinda, which means living king. In 8th century AD, Arabian warriors, they conquered the territory of Central Asia and they brought for us the religion Islam. According to the legend, the close relative of Prophet Muhammad, Husayn ibn Abbas, was buried here on the top of the Shahizinda necropolis. The second name of this place is Street Cemetery. In the territory of current Shahizinda necropolis, there are lots of mausoleums. Some of them are unknown mausoleums. The second name of this place is Street Cemetery. There is a superstition and tradition. The visitor, the pilgrims of this place, they have to go by these steps to the upstairs in order to see the mausoleum of Husayn ibn Abbas, the close relative of Prophet Muhammad. One of the interesting features of these stairs is when you walk to upstairs, the total amount of the steps is 36. But when you go downstairs, when you count it, the total amount is going to be 35.
If you have same number of steps, then you are not very sinful before God. The devil could not influence you and you did not miss a single step. If you are a photographer, I recommend you visit this place before noon. You will not regret. According to the legend, the cousin of the Prophet Muhammad, Husayn ibn Abbas, was buried here. There are many legends associated with this place. The mausoleum of Husayn ibn Abbas is located almost at the end of the necropolis. Inside, there is a winter mosque of the mausoleum. From inside, the walls of the mausoleum are very beautifully decorated with tiles of maiolics, terracottas, and mosaics. From Shakizinda necropolis, I walked to the Bibi Hanum Mosque. On the way to the mosque, you can see the first Muslim mosque. The name of the mosque is Hazrat Khizr. Behind the Hazrat Khizr Mosque, you can visit the grave of our first president, Islam Karimov. One of the very famous bazaars of Samarkand is located opposite to the Bibi Hanum Mosque. The bazaar is called C.A.T.
Next place which we are going to visit with you is going to be Bibi Hanum Mosque. Bibi Hanum was favorite wife of Timur, and the C.A.T market, which is very famous, and C.A.T market is described on the guidebooks of the foreigners. And that street, which is in my right side, the old name was Tashkent Street. Nowadays, if I'm not mistaken, this is Islam Karimov Street, which if you want to walk from here to the Registan Square, the distance from C.A.T market and Registan Square is about 1 kilometer. Also, C.A.T market and Bibi Hanum Mosque is not so far from the Shahi Zindan necropolis also. Usually on Monday, market is closed.
Mosque and mausoleum of Bibi Hanum were built in Old Samarkand in 15th century. Bibi Hanum was Timur's beloved wife. In 17th century, the mosque completely fell into the disappear and was restored in 1990s. We filmed this content on my mobile phone. I lost my colleague during the filming. He had my phone, and I had to film everything with my action camera. C.A.T market is in a great place for the shopping, but do not forget that the bazaar is closed on Mondays. I was able to call my number and I found my colleague and we went for the lunch. I wanted to eat Samarkand pilaf. The cafe is located in the new city where we had a discussion with my colleague. By the way, the cafe is called Aphrodite.
This is our nice lunch. This is our very light lunch. We ordered the Samarkand pilaf. Usually they add the sesame oil. There is hot appetizers like a samosas. We ordered some salads. And as I told you that for the empty stomach, everything is very tasty and everything is delicious. Okay, mashkur. Both of us from Uzbekistan. You are from Samarkand, but I'm from Tashkent. Just to tell me honestly, where is the best pilaf?
Yes.
No. I totally disagree with you. The best pilaf is in Tashkent.
Tashkent?
Yeah.
Plov from yesterday.
He didn't taste the real Tashkent pilaf, guys.
It's cooking now.
Now, guys, for the empty
Tashkent plov is from yesterday.
Okay, that's a joke. Of course, for the empty stomach.
Always from yesterday in Tashkent.
Okay, you are the winner. The best pilaf is in Samarkand. You know, guys, for the empty stomach, everything is gonna be tasty and everything is gonna be very delicious. Now we are gonna have a lunch in that kind of beautiful place. Have a nice meal. Bon appetit.
Aphrodite Cafe is located very close to the Boulevard Street, which is completely planted with plane trees. Some trees are more than 100 years old.
The monument which is behind me is the monument of Amir Timur or Tamerlan, which was erected to the Samarkand. Now we are going to visit the mausoleum Gur Emir, where the Amir Timur and his sons and his family members were buried. The mausoleum of Gur Emir was built by great Timur, Amir Timur, or by Tamerlan, for his favorite grandson, whose name was Muhammad Sultan. Muhammad Sultan should be the ruler of Timur Empire, but unfortunately Muhammad Sultan passed away when Timur was alive in 1403, when he was at the age of 27. When Muhammad Sultan passed away, Timur gave an order to bury the body of his favorite grandson in the complex of Muhammad Sultan, which was consist of the madrasa and hanako in the southern part of this complex. In 1405, after 2 years of the death of Muhammad Sultan, Amir Timur also passed away and he was buried here in this complex. But unfortunately in 17th and 18th centuries, because of the earthquakes and because of the weather conditions, the madrasa and hanako was destroyed. Nowadays only the entrance gate and the mausoleum of Gur Emir exist. That is why we call this complex not the complex of Muhammad Sultan, we just call it the mausoleum of Gur Emir. Gur Emir means the mausoleum of Emir or the mausoleum of king.
The final place of our tour was the Registan Square. All this content was filmed on action camera and on phone. If I could not fully show the beauty of the city Samarkand, I apologize. Come to Uzbekistan and look this beauty with your own eyes. You will not regret.
Dear travelers, now I'm standing close to the heart of the city Samarkand. I'm very close to the Registan Square. We are about to finish our sightseeing in the Samarkand, to the city Samarkand also, and we are going to come inside of the Registan Square. I'm a guide. I usually leave the Registan Square for afternoon when I do the sightseeing with my travelers. It's because in afternoon Registan Square has very beautiful view. If you fan of taking the pictures, if you have a professional cameras, the best time doing the sightseeing for the Registan Square is afternoon. Usually when I come to the Registan Square, I usually start from the madrasa of Ulugbek. Our excursion with our travelers starts from the madrasa of Ulugbek. That's because this is the first construction which was built in the territory of the Registan Square. Registan, what is the Registan? Registan is the sandy area, the soil which is covered with sand. In each cities of Central Asia, especially in the current cities of Uzbekistan, Tashkent, Samarkand, Bukhara, Khiva, there were the Registan squares like this. And the Registan squares had three functions. The first function was used for the capital punishment. The second function was used for announcements. And the third one was used for the military parade. The rulers, the kings, before their military campaign, they could call all of the soldiers to the Registan squares like this and give them some motivation speech before the battle, before the military campaign.
None of the madrasas of the Registan Square is active today. Sherdar Madrasa and Tillakori Madrasa were built in the 17th century. Thanks to the Great Silk Road, Samarkand has always been known in the books of great travelers. In the evenings, on the Registan Square, you can see the illumination of lights or laser show. In Ulug'bek Madrasa and in Tillakori Madrasa, we can visit museums where you can see interesting artifacts and photographs of old Samarkand.
Okay, dear followers, after 5 minutes we are gonna leave our last destination in Samarkand, and at 6:30 I have a train back to Tashkent. I hope that you will support me with likes, you will leave some comments when I am going to upload the full videos about the sightseeing, the city Samarkand and Samarkand region. See you soon, your guides from Uzbekistan and from Central Asia, Alisher Turakulov and Mashhur Muminov.